day has finally arrived. We're here at the Melbourne Convention Centre alongside some other fantastic strength sports. Powerlifting, strongman, arm wrestling and weightlifting are all taking centre stage to show off what they can do. This has been a dream of mine since the inception of Iron Tribe all the way back in 2018. It's also the first time weightlifting has been at the Convention Centre since 2015. We've got some fantastic competitors. We've got some beginners right the way through up to some very high-level lifters. It's going to be action-packed from session one. You don't want to miss a beat of this. The commentators are going to be on fire. The lifting is going to be electric. Stay tuned. Bang!
G'day everyone, welcome to the Iron Tribe Classic. This is the start of session 2 here at the Melbourne Convention Centre. My name's Josh. I'm sitting here today with Dylan.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Look, it's a pleasure to be here live on your Iron Tribe Classic. Got an exciting day today. I think we're going to be looking at some pretty skillful lifters, and I think it's going to be a great watch.
So we're expecting quite a bit of lifting today. First session today was unreal. Saw some great lifters. Expecting much of the same this session. Look, Dylan, what do you expect today? So you do quite a bit of CrossFit coaching and weightlifting coaching. Do you think we'd see, we've got quite a few CrossFit athletes, weightlifting athletes. How do you expect they'll differ?
Yeah, I think the art of weightlifting is that there's a lot of respect gone into it, and I think that's what I'm most excited about, is that there's a lot of appreciation into weightlifting itself, rather than just, putting as much weight as you can on the bar and just kind of seeing the beauty of what weightlifting is. I'm not going to lie, it's my first meet I've been to. I've never been to a live meet before or never competed on the platform, so yes, probably going to get me some itchy feet, I reckon, so I'm excited to see the art.
So as you can see, there's a few girls through the back there starting their prep. So the way a weightlifting session would typically run is, we'd have a presentation at the start, which will be coming up in the next few minutes. Before that time, the weightlifters will be out the back. They'll start mobilizing. They'll start moving the bar around, just trying to get themselves warm, get ready for what's coming up. So as you can see there, a few little high pulls, just trying to mobilize the traps, the upper back, and get ready to begin the snatch session.
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think a lot of at least CrossFitters in general kind of neglect the empty barbell work, and I think it's really great to see that even at this level, whether you're kind of first time on the platform or at the highest level, you kind of see the mechanics of the clean and jerk and the snatch and all those positions be prioritized through an empty barbell, and I think that's something we've really tried to ingrain in our humble little box in Hawthorn. So it's it's great to see how extensive it can be, even in the sport of weightlifting.
Yeah, and it's it can be quite different athlete to athlete too, which is the warm up can be quite unique amongst athletes. Some guys like to stay on the bar for a little while, and others will like to move on to weights and make bigger jumps. And
I think I've done a few CrossFit comps in my time, and that's kind of been the favoured kind of method. Just make a jump and a jump, because you've got limited time, and obviously there's a bit of theatrics around it. But yes, it's going to be exciting to see how obviously athletes warm up and throw down on the floor.
So, Dylan, you're running a CrossFit box, like you mentioned. Have you got weightlifting athletes that you train, or is it all CrossFitters?
Mostly CrossFit athletes. So, going from our everyday athletes to the ones that want to be a bit more competitive. So, we do have one. She is my co-owner, Bella. She's on the platform today. She's got really big ambitions in the sport of weightlifting, and I think she's got a lot of potential to achieve that. So that's going to be exciting. She's later on this afternoon. She actually hit an Australian record for clean and jerk in the 77 category, which is a huge achievement. So kudos to her. And she's got Rob working with her because he's a bit more experienced with the weightlifting kind of background, and he's a competitor from his day. So, but at our box, we purely just focus on community, ingraining good values, and just enjoyment of exercise and CrossFit in general, and just try and create better performing athletes and happier humans.
Yeah, nice. That's very nice. The Bella obviously is quite a good lifter, but so we're about to start the presentation. So the girls will come out. They'll all line up in the front. Their names will be announced, what club they're from, and you'll get a good look at who you're about to start watch lifting. So that'll be happening in the next few minutes.
Tell me about yourself, Josh. What's your experience and your background with weightlifting?
I do quite a bit of weightlifting. So I started in CrossFit and then started weightlifting and really fell in love with the sport. And I'm actually competing later today.
Yeah, cool.
And the following session. It's cool. It's a great little setup they've got here, but
welcome, ladies, out to the platform. Give them a big round of applause.
And it's I've been doing weightlifting for a couple of years, and I'm excited to lift today. It'll be a good day.
Yeah, nice.
And we have Mia Missen. From Iron Tribe Weightlifting, Suzette Cole. Then from CrossFit Journey, we have Taylor Fleming. From Lone Star, we have Nadia Sharif. From Iron Tribe, we have Ellie Wood. From Iron Tribe, we have Magda. From Better with Sarah, we have Dina Hannaway. From Iron Tribe, we have Angela Nagpal. From Iron Tribe, we have Chloe Power. And finally, from Better with Sarah, we have Faz. All right, ladies, we're going to switch forward and get a nice intro photo. Awesome. Into the warm-up room, ladies. You got 10 minutes, and then our competition will begin.
Okay, so we are at the Melbourne Convention Centre. Obviously, you know that because you're watching the stream. We're going to go out to the back room now, and we're going to go talk to some lifters and coaches and see what they are thinking and feeling leading into this competition. So let's actually, Saba's right here. How you doing?
How are you?
Oh, you're going to talk
Oh,
into this.
sorry. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's good. Good, thank you.
How is it lifting in the Melbourne Convention Centre? I mean, you're not lifting, but your lifters are.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool. It's nice to have, all the other, the powerlifting going on. There's a whole lot of stuff happening. But no, it's awesome. It's such a good setup. It feels really good. Everyone's supportive of one another. Yeah, we're loving it.
How awesome is it to be live on the stream right now? How awkward is it?
It's really hard. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know where to look.
We're going to go find someone else. Nathan ran away from me. Nathan had a great session. Hey, Nathan, let's have a chat. Dude, you crushed that session.
Thank you.
How's your training been going?
It's been going well. I had a bit of a break. I was on holidays for a while, so I've actually had a bit of a break and just come back and gotten back into it. So, yeah, had a lot of fun out there today.
And it was 6 for 6?
4 for 4. 4 for 6.
4 from 4. 4 from 6. Yes. Same. What's the next plan for you?
Definitely going to do the next one. I really want to hit that 80. I was very close today, lost it behind me, but that's the goal. And 100 for clean and jerk is also the goal. So
bloody love seeing you on the platform. I'm going to go talk to other people. Who can I talk to? Who wants to talk to me? Do you want to? How are you going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm a bit nervous. It's my first ever comp.
Yeah.
This is my coach, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Couldn't do it without her, really. And the app.
I mean, you've been to quite a few competitions. How's this rank up to all the competitions that you've been a part of?
I love this vibe. This is really cool. It's cool to have like a whole bunch of other people doing other things. And the people watching is amazing.
And we've got powerlifting happening right over there, and you're starting doing a bit of powerlifting coaching yourself?
Yeah, I did my coach's course back earlier in the year, and I'm actually competing next weekend. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Good luck. Thanks. I got to keep going. We're going to go find Chris. Where's Chris? There's Chris. Let's go find Chris. Can you come through here? We're going to go over here. Chris is wrapping up his conversation. Big man.
Yes, well, that's the big man going that way.
How's it going so far? We had one session.
So far, going really, really well. Super happy with how it's going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. I mean, your beard's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty luscious, but I'm hoping, what I've heard at about now, there's another 200 powerlifters come in, so the crowd's going to get bigger, the show's going to get better, the girls always are a bit more animated and they like to put on a bit of a show, which is awesome, so the day's just going to get better and better as it goes on. Yeah.
Nice. I think that's probably about it. I think we're going to cut back to the commentators. Dylan, we're going to cut back to you right now.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Thanks for that, Josh. Thank you for getting all that information from the guys out in the back room. As you were saying, there's some awesome comps happening around us today with the strongman and the powerlifting, and there's arm wrestling happening over in the corner. I don't know if you got that, Dylan.
No strength in my arms. Just a couple of noodles from me, mate.
So for anyone that hasn't watched the weightlifting comp before, it's a bit of not a funny structure, but so there's a 10-minute warm-up period, like I was mentioning before, after the presentations, and then the first lift will happen. The athlete will get called out. The loaders will load the bar to their desired weight. The athlete will get called out, and they'll have a 1-minute clock. And so within that minute, they need to come out and they need to commence the lift. If they make that lift, then the bar will either stay where it is or it'll move on to the next lifter. If there's no other lifter at the same weight, 1 kilo will get added to that bar automatically. And then in that sort of time, the lifter that just went will either take that extra 1 kilo or they will chat to the people out the back and nominate an extra weight. And then the next, lifter with the lightest attempt will get to go next. So we are expecting to see Michelle as our first attempt today. She's opening with a snatch of 17 kilos. And then after her attempt, the bar will automatically get changed to 18 if she makes it. It will then be her again until she decides whether she wants to elect to take a little bit more weight. If she wants to take a little bit more, it'll either be her again at that next weight, or it'll go on to the next lifter, who looks like it might be Georgia back. So that's, I guess, how the structure will roughly work, and then that bar will continue to rise right up until we get to the end of the snatch session, and everyone gets all 3 attempts.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting for the newbies that have come to weightlifting, how strategic you have to be and how important it is to have a coach. I think if you try and go into any kind of competition as an independent athlete, you kind of start taking your ability away to be able to perform the best you can. So I think it just shows the importance of having a coach and how strategic it can be to perform your best on the day.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The time out in the back room, having a coach with you is critical, right? Because there's a lot to manage. You've got to manage the warm-up. You need to manage your attempts. And there's a lot of thought that goes into that, and if you're trying to lift at the same time, then that can be quite distracting. So that support network and trying to, I guess, play strategy can be really important.
Yeah, and what about yourself, Josh? Like, if you have a bad warm-up and things don't go to plan on the platform, do you usually yourself as an athlete or with your coach have like a bit of a contingency plan, or just go based off feel for the day?
Look, there's always plan A, and then you come out and you try and take that first snatch, and if you miss it, then you quickly move on to plan B, and eventually sometimes you have to move on to plan C. So there is quite a few plans that roll around, and there's an element of feel on the day, and at the same time you really are trying to shoot for a goal, and whether that just be having a successful competition, getting all 6 attempts as makes. Otherwise, you might be trying to hit some new PBs, whether PB snatch, clean and jerk, or total. So the viewers might not know that the end score for the competition is actually the total sum of your snatch and clean and jerk. And that is the score that lifters are judged on at the end.
Well, it's going to be an exciting afternoon, and I was walking around earlier and just seeing some of the shape some of these athletes are in, and it just goes to show how broad, I guess, training domains and all those kinds of things are, and it definitely sparks an interest of where the crossover can be. And I guess for me, that's where CrossFit meets the perfect kind of training. I guess methodology, as we would call it. So I'm actually excited to see just one being the Iron Tribe Classic, if I'm honest. And I actually want to just find out about what your experience with CrossFit was like as well.
So we can jump into it quickly before our first attempt comes out. Probably only spent 18 months doing CrossFit, but we can continue on that in a moment. So this is Michelle Rowe attempting 20 kilos.
Nice. Good. Nice lift there. Power snatch is the preferred option, and pretty clean if you ask me. Nice setup. I love a good setup before the bar leaves the floor, and it shows dividends that it's a good, successful lift.
Yeah, no, it was a great lift. You're right about setup, when you're setting up for the lift, I guess if you're starting in the wrong position, then it can only continue to go wrong there, right? If you starting in that right, strong position really sets you up for success later in the lift. Absolutely right. So at the moment, the loaders are loading 21 kilos. That's just... 22 kilos, sorry, because Michelle is elected to take 23 on her next attempt. So now we'll be seeing Georgia back come out to attempt 22 kilos.
Nice, good little save there. Probably could have stuck with the power, but still a good option to ride it out to save the lift. And I guess sometimes you just have to kind of have the ability and understanding that there is some changes through the motion of the barbell that you need to make the lift successful. And that was a good save there.
Yeah, sometimes that's a late correction.
Yeah.
It sneaks up on you. Yep. So the loaders are loaded 23 kilos, which was Michelle's elected next attempt. So we'll see Michelle Rowe come out for her second attempt. So Michelle's a 64 kilo lifter from the from Iron Tribe, the host of this competition.
Nice. That almost looked easier than the first one. Bit of a higher catch on that one, but another successful lift.
So it's looking like 23 is staying on the bar for the moment, but I suspect Georgia will elect to take more. But we're just going to have to wait and see.
So how's your lead up been to the competition? You're competing later on today. So how's your lead up been to competing to today?
I was actually on holidays a week ago. To say I'm feeling fresh would be true. To say I'm feeling prepared might not be, but that's okay. Well rested.
As we know, recovery is one of the most important parts of our training, and sometimes we don't recover enough. It comes back to bite us in the bottom, so I'm sure you'll do well, mate.
Thanks, mate.
A couple more Coke Zeros, you'll be sweet.
So the bar has been increased to 25 kilos. So we should expect to see Jessica Taft out next for her first attempt from the Better With Sarah club.
Nice, and a good lift for Jessica on her first attempt. Going back to our setup, I'm pretty big on the eyes and where they set up and where they look, and kind of a natural flow where the body and the bar goes from there. And Jessica did have her eyes kind of at the floor then, so I would love to see a little bit more uprise on the eye setup. And
so we have Georgia back out for her second attempt at 25 kilos.
Two reds on that one, and
Gentlemen, I'm over your shoulder. How are we doing? Can you hear me? This is God speaking.
So that,
or Chris.
That was a PB attempt from.
That was a PB attempt from Georgia. I think I'm making it worse.
That's so awkward.
So that was a warm welcome from Chris. I'm going to turn this off.
All right, so that was Chris Ackland, the host of this competition, jumping in just then. Thank you for that, Chris. So we've got Michelle Rowe out for her third attempt, at 25 kilos.
Pretty close there. I think just, again, just looking at the setup was really good, and I think just having the ability to really utilize that leg drive to create as much momentum and get a bit of speed under the bar was probably what was lacking, I think, in the end, and unfortunately a missed lift.
Yeah, no, it was unfortunate.
That was a 1 rep max in your gym. I want you to get it out.
Make some noise.
It needs some excitement.
All right, so we've got Georgia out for her third attempt at 25. It's a PB attempt.
And
very nice.
We have a very nice lift. 3 lights.
So I think we're going to see a replay of that one come through. PB from Georgia, that was fantastic. Good setting of the eyes off the ground. Good power.
Nice and beautiful speed under the bar. Real good lift for a PB attempt.
Yep. Had to fight for it a little bit, but that was good. So next attempt is Mia Misson, 28.
Beautiful, great speed, nice tall extension, very, very good lift. Loving that speed under the bar, and a very solid catch to finish.
It looked very easy, didn't it?
Yeah.
It looked pretty crazy. But,
yeah, pretty important to get a first lift and a successful one at that to sort of settle the nerves a little bit, I think. And
that first
experience,
snatch.
yeah, it's always the first one.
First snatch is critical. Really sets the nerves at ease afterwards. So we've got Jess Taft for her second attempt at 28.
Nice, great finish.
More great power.
And,
really easy that one too.
And in my opinion, that setup with the eyes was a lot better, that one. So obviously getting a lot better on the finished product for the snatch.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. That was great. Great for a second attempt. So with setting the gaze, what role do you think that plays? Like, do you think we're going to see a replay here of Jess setting her gaze? So how do you think that helps her positionally?
I think just that natural thoracic extension, I think it's very important. You know, we kind of misunderstand the importance of thoracic extension and flexion, and I think being able to get the gaze right and open up that chest to be nice and tall in the setup, it allows you to hit full extension through each of the clean or the snatch, and I think it's important, and it also locks you into what the goal and I guess what the processes are, and yeah, just sets you up into a nice position, and it allows you to follow through as best as you can. Yeah,
absolutely. You know, and a level head really contributes to balance as well. You see it in a lot of sports, really, don't you?
Yes, you do.
So we're expecting to see Jess for her third attempt. So what I didn't mention before is that when a lifter has to follow themselves, they get rather than a 1 minute break between attempts, they actually get 2, just to give them that extra little bit of rest, because typically if they were following another lifter, they've got a bit more rest, and when they have to follow themselves, 1 minute just really isn't quite enough. You know, especially for a third attempt, you want as much time as you can get.
Yeah, and the goal, as you mentioned earlier, is obviously the total weight. So, you know, when you've got to go for, you know, 2 attempts back to back with a minute rest, it's very, very hard to kind of recover and lock in for your final attempt.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so this is Jeff's with 30 kilos for her third attempt.
Let's go, Jess. Give us a good gaze. Nice setup. Nice, beautiful finish with the 30 kilo power snatch, and that was a good outcome with a very good setup to start. And she's very happy.
Very happy.
Round of applause for Jessica.
3 out of 3.
Work. 3 out of 3.
It was a fantastic outcome. A really good setup for the clean and jerk.
Yes.
Yep.
And she's very happy back there, so well deserved. And you can't ask for a better start.
No, definitely not. So Jess will get a bit of rest now that she's done her third attempt, and rest before the clean and jerk while we finish our snatches. So this is Mia Misson with her second attempt at 31.
Nice. Lots of power from Mia. I think just a natural expression on power output, which I think is always going to help with any form of weightlifting. So I would love to see a bit more patience in the setup, I think. And as we can see, it looks fairly light for her, and but a very successful lift nonetheless.
Yeah, no, it looked great. We're seeing a lot of power out of the girls this morning.
Yep.
Very strong pull, really setting them up well for that turnover and catching.
Yeah, and one of the beautiful things I love about weightlifting is that you also get to express how mobile you are as well. And I think with the females in particular, at least, you know, within the CrossFit scene, we have seen a lot of females climb quite quickly due to the fact of being naturally mobile, and I think it's a great show of where the potential lies.
So our next lifter is Suzette Cole. So she also is an Iron Tribe lifter. So she's come out to attempt 34 kilos for her first attempt.
Nice, very good setup, very smooth pull, and you can tell that the influence of Iron Tribe is very strong there. Can you talk to us a little bit about Iron Tribe?
There's a lot of love for Iron Tribe today. There's a lot of support for Iron Tribe. I mean, you can't blame them. They've put on a fantastic competition, really, so far.
Yep.
The first session was wonderful. Second session setting up to be just as good. Hopefully the rest of the day lines up for very similarly. So this is Mia Misson with her third and final snatch attempt at 34 kilos.
Nice. Lots. Again, just beautiful with the expression of power. Great speed under the bar. And another great start. 3 from 3.
Yeah, that was really good. We've seen some really good lifting so far in this session. Early in the session, we've started off very strong. Had to fight a little bit more for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see the expression on her face.
Yes, and I think it would make things a bit simple again. And I'm probably going to say this more than I need to, but it goes back to that setup, I believe, that will help iron out those intricacies as we get to the heavier stages of our lifting.
Yeah, it's we've got our next lifter coming out. So this is Nadia Sharif from Lone Star. She's attempting 35 kilos for her first attempt.
Wow. Very, very powerful. Almost too much on it in the end.
A little bit too much. That one was going to the roof.
Yeah, I think muscle snatch on the cards there, but it's a very successful power snatch and a very good lift. I'm excited to see how she builds on that now, just seeing that first attempt. It's going to be very exciting.
Definitely felt like a conservative play, that first attempt, and that I think a little bit more than 35 could have been a potential there.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
But it's like you said, it's exciting to see how she builds through the session. So this is Taylor Fleming, opening with 36 kilos.
Nice. Another smooth lift from CrossFit Churney. Great box in Churnside, so I think very, very good coaching in that regards as well. So another athlete I'm excited to see how she builds with just how the finished product comes from the first snatch.
Have you spent a bit of time at CrossFit Churney?
I haven't, but we do have, I guess, we know of Jack Fleming, who's competed at Torian, and he's a good friend with Bella, and I've, kind of met him just a few times and sort of crossed paths and that, and had a few chats about, CrossFit and Torian and all those kinds of good things on the socials. But they run a great box. You can see it all over socials, and they're having heaps of fun, and they're doing great things with their community.
So this is Suzette Cole out for her second attempt. This will be a PB attempt at 38. Unfortunate.
Very good setup and good tempo through the pull. Just an unfortunate, I think, with that extra weight on the bar, it then becomes a split decision on what you need to do. Do you try and catch it in the power, or do you work harder to get under the bar?
Yeah.
Use that weight to pull yourself under, and sometimes you got all these eyes on you. So it's quite hard to fathom.
So we've got Nadia Sharif with her second attempt at 38.
Nice. Again, just the power. Loving the setup. Very, very intentional, and very focused from the get-go.
Just touching on what you were saying before about, I guess, making that decision to try and get a little bit more under the bar. So obviously, the further under the bar you can get, obviously the lower the bar has to climb that pull. We'll keep talking about this in a moment. So this is Suzette with her third attempt. Still a PB attempt at 38 kilos.
Come on, Suzette. You got it. Big pull. Get under it. That's bit more power through that pull. Nice, well done.
That was a made lift.
Yeah.
2 whites.
Lots of height on the bar. Bit of a different approach, I think, but I guess going back to what you were talking about in terms of how we pull ourselves under the bar, is obviously the more weight on the bar, the less the bar travels, and the harder you have to work around that. So it'd be great to see if we can see some athletes kind of change that through real time.
So this is Ellie Wood with her first attempt at 39 kilos.
Nice. Good first attempt. And again, loving the setup and just the expression of power with some of these athletes. I think you were touching on a few points in regards to working around the bar. Did you want to touch more on that?
Yeah, I think I guess to continue that conversation, you've really only got 2 options, right? If you can't get the bar overhead, you either have to pull on it harder, or you have to get lower underneath it.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a transitional point in the weightlifters' training when they go from that early sort of pull harder, and then they go, oh well, I guess I got to start getting down underneath it.
Yeah.
And you can see a few of these lifters are right on that turning point. It looks. So this is Magda. Coming out for her first attempt at 40 kilos. So she's an Iron Tribe lifter, as you can see by her suit.
Nice, beautiful lift. Great setup. Great bar path and through the pull, and just, lots of speed under the bar. Very, very intentional, and you can see that Iron Tribe focus kind of coming through there, which is beautiful to see.
So I guess there's probably something to be said too, where Magda was wearing a suit. A weightlifting suit. Dina looks like she's wearing a weightlifting suit too. So typically in a weightlifting competition, these suits you have to wear. So Dina's first attempt at 40 kilos. So we'll watch this one.
Oh, wow.
Great depth.
Wow. Great utilization of the bar to work around and pull herself into position. And yeah, you can tell she's very intentional with that.
Yeah.
She's not waiting for the bar to travel in any position. She's really becoming the boss, I reckon, of that pull and that snatch. Great lift.
As we're working up the order, you can start to see more of that depth come into play, can't you?
Yes.
So this is Angela with her first attempt at 40.
There we go.
Another great display of good depth in the catch.
Yeah, just as we started talking about it, it's now starting to become on strong display, which is going to be great to see as we progress through some of these heavier lifts now.
Yeah, and as that weight gets higher, you really have to start utilising that depth.
Yeah.
You can see the athletes that are a bit more tentative about it, and then others that are really trying to, they just know, right? They don't have to think. They're just under the bar.
Yeah.
Snappy fast, you know. So this is Chloe Power with her first attempt at 40.
Oh, lots of power. Easy power snatch to start her first lift at 40 kgs and the 3 white lights to start. So when was your moment in time coming from a CrossFit background into a weightlifting background where that light bulb just clicked? We can talk a little bit more about that after this, but
Taylor Fleming with her second attempt at 40.
Nice.
Another good display of power.
Yep, good power. Bit of a high setup with the hip placement. Not sure if that's a CrossFit thing, but nonetheless a very successful lift. Good bar path, and I guess it depends on the athlete, right? Like there's no one size fits all. And
no, absolutely not. You see that at all levels, really, don't you?
Yeah, you sure do.
You see it at this level, and then if you try and watch the Olympics, you see a lot of lifters can look very different in how they move.
Yep, that is.
And really, it's a combination of what makes ideal technique and how somebody's body moves.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were asking before, so I guess the light bulb moment was that the sweating and heavy breathing got a little bit old, and I started turning up to the weightlifting sessions a little more frequently, and one of my friends suggested we start a club, and we ended up starting a weightlifting club out of the CrossFit gym we were operating in.
Yeah, cool.
So this is Ali Wood with her second attempt at 43 kilos.
Nice, beautiful lift. Again, just very intentional with the setup. Quite controlled through the pull. Some would almost consider it tempo, but a very, very important part of it is having control below the knee to then get a nice strong turnover.
And we can talk about this a little bit later, but there are quite a few different elements that make up a good lift. Whether it be through the pull or whether it be in the catch, speed, power, all of it really. So this is Magda for her second attempt at 43 kilos.
Great lift. Good reception. A little bit shaky on the way down, but very, very good save to finish off her lift.
The crowd's really turned up today, haven't they, Dill?
Yeah, it's great. Great
there's
display.
Quite a few people around, and
yeah, it's. I'm glad the eyes are not on me. I mean, there's the stream happening, but at least it's not right in front of me. So it's real good energy here.
So this is Dina for her second attempt at 43 kilos.
Good sit up. Nice, great speed under the bar. Can't really fault that one, if you ask me.
No, definitely not.
Pretty good setup, and just the tempo, the speed, and the solid in the catch.
It's and we're starting to see timing come into it quite a bit.
Yes.
That good timing through the pull into the turnover. We're really seeing the technique kind of move along throughout this whole session. So we've got Chloe Power for her second attempt at 43.
Nice. Good amount of power.
It's I know you haven't been to many weightlifting comps, Dylan, but it's not your typical atmosphere here today.
No.
Normally a weightlifting comp is reasonably quiet, actually. There's not a lot of noise happening. No one's playing music. There's a crowd in each ear, but normally when the athlete's lifting, it's very quiet. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like there's a rave happening next door as the strongmen are carrying on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
It's going off.
Nadia Sharif with 43 kilos for her third attempt.
Oh, missed
she felt very strongly about that.
Yeah.
That miss.
Missed opportunity again, just going back to that understanding of our relationship with the bar. I think, the amount of weight and how high that was, being able to utilize that to pop yourself under is a relationship to learn and understand. And you can really see some of the athletes that are go here, very high. Very high. It's above the head already. See to pop down on a stool, and we're there.
So we've got Angela with her second attempt at 44.
Beautiful lift.
Great display
Nice
depth again.
Nice tall body. Speed under the bar. Really utilizing that weight to make that a successful lift.
I think that's where you can see the difference between, say, Nadia's miss and that make was, with that transition under the bar and utilizing that depth, you really don't have to pull the bar that high.
Yeah.
Not as high as you would if you tried to catch it in that power position. So Taylor Fleming with her third attempt at 44.
Yeah. And just again, just looking at the good setup and obviously working through the bar height and the path, and again just touching on what you said is really important to understand how that works. And I think the importance of saving a lift, it really does come down to what your ability is and or what you understand to make it successful in terms of pulling yourself under the bar.
So we've got Farzana with her first attempt at 45. So this is our last opening attempt. And then everyone will be well on their way.
Very good, very patient. I love it when an athlete is patient in the catch and not trying to rush out of the catch position, and just shows that they're in control and the confidence they have in that overhead position, which I think is very important to practice as we progress through the next couple of lifts.
The viewers might start to notice a trend in that the third attempts, we may start to see a few more misses.
Yeah.
So, and I know I'm guilty of this. Once you've made that first couple, we'll watch Chloe with her third attempt at 45 kilos, and we'll keep going.
Unfortunate miss, and again, just another missed opportunity.
So what I was saying about that trend before, and I mean, you can start to see it form now, is those first couple, you make those and you go, oh, well, time for a PB.
Yeah.
Or just time to send it.
Yeah.
And so you start to get a little bit reckless and you start to go, well, I really want that heavy lift. I've been itching for, this 46 kilo snatch. I've hit 45 10 times. I've been waiting for this 46. And you send it, right? You send it for that PB. So we've got Ellie Wood with her third and final attempt at the snatch at 46 kilos.
Nice, strong setup. And a very successful, very nice looking lift. And just a good understanding. Lots of patience into pulling yourself under the bar, and a very successful lift. That was great.
Important to note that was a PB as well at 46 kilos. Here's a replay. Just really nice, really clean.
Great timing. Good meeting of the bar.
All in all, just a good-looking lift, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Dina, you have 46 kilos. Your final attempt.
So we have Dina coming through for her third and final attempt, also at 46 kilos.
Let's go, Dina. Good setup. Oh, guys. Almost too much on that one. Unfortunate miss. That right elbow just collapsing a little bit there, which then kind of created just a missed opportunity.
So I think what we will start to see as we get to these heavier attempts is one of the key ways that lifts are considered missed in weightlifting is the press-out rule.
Yeah.
The bane of all weightlifters' existence. If I could just press that last little inch of the barbell overhead, I'd be gold. And I think a lot of lifters would feel the same. So we've got Magda with her third attempt at 47 kilos.
Nice, good timing on that catch in the snatch. Well done. Very, very good lift. I'm very impressed with that one. Obviously, quite a fast pull and nice looking turnover, and a very good looking lift to finish.
And another PB. We've seen PBs fall all over the place today.
And going back to the press out rule, I can't say much about counting CrossFit today because it's obviously it doesn't help. But here we have Farzana going for 48. Nice. Great setup. Very timely catch.
Yeah, the press out rule can be a little bit confusing for some people watching, because you might be watching and you might not be familiar with weightlifting, and you see what you think is a good lift and it gets given a miss, and it's that little softness through the elbows that lets us down, and it can be a brutal rule at times.
Yeah.
You watch a lifter fight their heart out, and they cop a couple reds, and that's it. That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
So we've got Angela coming for her third and final snatch attempt at 49 kilos.
Very good lift, very solid overhead positioning, and very comfortable. 3 white lights in another good display of a final snatch.
Hard to fault anything about that, really.
Yeah, that was great. Here we go on the replay. Great bar path, beautiful timing, and just very solid and confident overhead. Love to see it.
And you can see those eyes. You can see the eyes looking up. You know, you're setting that gaze early on, finding your spot on the wall, and just holding it. Really helps a lot with that positioning through the head. The head positioning, then your spinal positioning. Keeps you in a very strong spot. All right, so we've got Farzana coming out for final attempt of the snatch at 50 kilos. This will be our last snatch of the session. Let's see if she makes it.
Oh, great speed. Just looking more confident with more weight on the bar, I think. And, you know, one of the beautiful things about weightlifting is you get to express yourself as much as you want, really. And, you know, you can have all the aggression in the world and just lock in, get that gaze right, good setup, and just shoot for the stars, really.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely agree. So that's the end of our snatch session. We're going to go away for some ads for a few minutes, and then we'll be back. Thanks, everyone.
So 25. PB 10.
What a fantastic snatch session that was. Second session of the day here at the Iron Tribe Classic at the Convention Centre, Melbourne Convention Centre. We're in the back room. We're going to go try and find some more coaches to talk to. So let's go have a squiz. Hey, Jody. How you doing?
Good, Josh. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Good to see you back out and coaching today.
Yeah, appreciate it. Just have some new athletes coming in. So have Nadia here after her first comp, and yeah, we're starting off strong.
And you're competing yourself this afternoon?
I am, yeah, next session. Yeah.
Next session, how are you feeling?
Pretty good, yeah. Trained up to it a few months, so ready to go and see how we go tonight.
Big PRs today?
Let's hope for the snatch, yeah. Let's hope for the snatch. For the cleans, maybe a matching, but let's hope as well.
Yeah, nice. I'm going to go talk to some other people. Good to see you. Hey, Grace. Hey, Grace, can we have a chat? Oh, no. Oh, awkward. So you've come out of retirement just for today?
Once again, yeah. Third time for a coaching comeback, I think.
There you go. What about a lifting comeback?
Oh, mate, I think you're pushing it now. I don't know if I'm that brave.
Do you miss it?
I really do. Every time I come to a comp, I remember how much I miss it and I love it. It's such a good vibe, and especially the way the Iron Tribe Classic rolls, like crystals. It's just awesome.
So Grace used to be a coach at Iron Tribe. I'd still call her a coach at Iron Tribe, but she kind of...
Yeah.
But it's good to have you back in the warm-up room. Who should we go talk to next?
Ooh, I reckon you should have a chat to Ange. Great energy. Really excited about her PB she just hit.
Ange, can we have a chat? Oh, you got thrown under the bus.
Oh, no.
That was awesome lifting out there. Tell us about that PB.
I don't know. What do you want to know?
How'd it feel?
Oh, really good. Yeah, I'm like so pumped now. And I've had a lot of lollies, so I'm ready.
How many competitions have you done?
This is the third Ollie one.
Nice. Yeah. And you've just been doing the Iron Tribe competitions?
Yes, yeah. I've done some strong woman stuff, but I love this. This is my favourite.
What's the goal for the clean and jerk here?
I'm not sure. I would love to get 60, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
Would that be a PB?
Yes.
What is the PB so we know?
PB is 50... Oh, no, the PB's 62, I think.
Oh, we'll go at 65 then.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
Coach Grace, we're going 65. We're going 65. Congratulations on the PB. We're going to throw back to the commentators now or soon. 2, 1.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Nice little catch-ups behind the scenes in the warm-up area with some of the athletes, and big buzz in the background. Lots of lollies getting eaten apparently, so that's always a good way to fuel quickly. And but yeah, everyone's excited and happy in the background.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a pretty good session. You know, it's the snatch session went really well. A few misses throughout, bound to happen.
Yep.
But you're right. It's all looking very happy, very good.
And it just goes to show fun as everyone is having, and I guess everyone's reason to do it is just have a bit of fun, which is always good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, like we were saying a little bit earlier, you know, there's a few CrossFit athletes here today, a few weightlifting athletes. How do you think the CrossFitters' mindset might be a little bit different coming into this comp versus a weightlifter? You know, a little bit less experience with weightlifting, a little bit less experience with weightlifting comps specifically?
Yeah, I think it also depends on one, again, what you said, the experience, the nature of the person. Like, I know there's definitely a few athletes in the CrossFit scene that, you know, they've hit, you know, let's say 100 clean and jerk for a PB a few times, and then they're like, I'm going to open at 100, and it's probably not the smartest thing to do. But I think it's also, you know, as we touched on before about the etiquette and the vibe around when you're lifting. It's quiet. It's, you know, you got to lock in and sort of focus a little bit more in comparison to a CrossFit comp. It's all vibes, it's all energy, and it's all hype and things like that. So I think if anything, it would only make CrossFit athletes better at lifting. And you know, when you go to CrossFit comps and you got to build to a heavy complex or a heavy snatch or a heavy clean or whatever it is, you actually learn that, you know, even the smallest jumps make a bigger difference in the end. And I think that's, you know, something that majority of the CrossFit athletes can learn. And yeah, there's a few here, and all very good lifters. I know Liam Wright from South Wharf, and also Bella from CrossFit Hawthorne East. Not being biased, but yeah, love the way she lifts, and it's very, very strong, natural athlete. So yeah.
Yeah, right. Yep. When do you think we'll see you make the jump from CrossFit over to weightlifting? Do you reckon we'll see you on the platform at some point?
I think at some point I'll be pretty keen to do. This is a bit intimidating, I'm not going to lie. I have enough eyes on me when briefing a workout in class, and I think that's probably where my head is at. But Chris actually tried to rope me into this one, so that if we get enough likes and whatever from the CrossFit Hawthorne community, then I'll do it, but unfortunately not this time.
So we're about to kick off our clean and jerk session with Michelle opening at 23 kilos.
Nice. Clean. Nice, good start. It's interesting, isn't it, when we look at the pool of our snatch and our clean, and where habits start to creep in, and how we get the bar, you know, to that rack position, I think is gonna show with the heavier we get, and I think that's something I'm probably keen to sort of lean on and look at as we progress through some of these ladies.
Yeah, it's the differences in the pull. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, with the snatch, you're trying to pull it to the moon a little bit, and you're just trying to reef on it. Whereas the clean, it starts to be a bit more of a discussion. You definitely have to factor in that time getting under the bar.
Yeah.
You can't really compromise with the clean. I don't know how many heavy cleans you dive under, but I dive under a couple, and scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, your whole body position, you know, changes, and, you know, core strength and all those kinds of things. Mobility even, I think, more so does get tested, but it's, again, just that art of weightlifting is what makes it exciting.
And we have 26.
I think where you see the biggest difference between, say, the clean and the snatch is you can almost brute force your way through a clean a little bit more. You know, you see the really strong athletes when they first get into weightlifting, you see them tend to do a little bit better with the clean, just because they can grip it and rip it, and it just somehow lands on their shoulders.
Yeah.
No, not as much requirement of that overhead mobility and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you see the jerk come in, and you're reminded about some of the requirements of weightlifting. It's a brutal movement, this split jerk.
Here we have Michelle, second attempt, 26 kilos. Strong setup, easy clean. Nice. Good jerk. And we have 3 white lights. Very, very much more comfortable on that lift on the jerk, I would say. Bit of a better finish on the finished product. You know, foot placement I think was a lot better then. So a lot more balance through that. Foot pressure I think was a nice touch to finish.
Yeah, no, it was a very good attempt. It was good, lining up for in a strong position for that third clean and jerk. You know, we can see some of the other ladies in the warm-up room.
I think just touching back on the CrossFitters moving into weightlifting, we do tend to see a little bit of early arm bend. I think it's very, very common with, you know, snatches and cleans, and I think it's something that's probably misunderstood in terms of, you know, we think of like a high pull, for example, and, you know, when we run empty barbell warm-ups and people are pulling the bar up to their nose, and you kind of wonder where that's from and what it is, and it's, you know, we end up starting to learn that things come from proper strength, legs, strong legs.
Michelle with her third attempt at 29 kilos. This will be her final clean and jerk, her final lift of the day.
Nice, good clean. Big brace. Strong. Nice, much better finish on the third attempt. And you can see the importance of a strong setup for a jerk. Nice, strong finish.
Yet another PB fallen for the day.
Yeah, how good.
It's just all over the place, aren't they? It's 5 out of 6 for Michelle.
Good day for her at the office.
Absolutely, very strong competition. A 5 out of 6 competition is great. 4 out of 6 is good. 5 out of 6 is brilliant. 6 out of 6, though, would be fantastic if we can see some of these ladies pull a 6 out of 6 out today. Really, that's the primary goal of the weightlifting comp. You know, it's PBs are awesome. Winning comps are great. But if you can turn up and hit every lift you try to, you can't ask for anything else, really.
Better.
So we've got Georgia coming through for her first attempt at the clean and jerk at 32 kilos.
Nice, beautiful clean. We got one first lift, good clean, great speed under the bar in my opinion.
In the clean.
In the clean.
Yep.
Would love to see a bit more dip under on the jerk for a bit more of a solid catch, but a good lift and a successful one in the end.
So Georgia did get one red light in that, and that goes back to that pressing concern we had, not concern that we had, but what we were talking about earlier with the press out. So I guess whether a lift is successful or not, we have 3 judges judging each lift, one in the center and one on the left and right, and they each determine a lift a make or a fail, and it's a voting system ultimately. So we have Jessica with her first attempt at the clean and jerk at 35 kilos.
Good finish on the jerk. Regather. Nice, beautiful.
Good recovery.
Good recovery, great patience. Good first attempt. Easy clean, in my opinion. I think there's lots of power to express with some of these ladies, and I think it's great to see because it shows where their lifting journey could probably head, if they keep putting in the hard work. And it's always an exciting part of the journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in that early part, confidence plays such a large role in how much a lifter is willing to attempt. This is Mia with 35 kilos for her first attempt.
Wow. Great speed on that jerk.
Very good lift.
Very good lift.
Attempt. Great first attempt. Fantastic.
Going back to the press out rule, would you say it's more common with the jerk than it is versus the snatch?
Absolutely. I think it's more common to miss on the jerk rather than the clean, than the clean and jerk. And I think primarily the reason for that is pressing out.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's a bit of a hated rule amongst athletes. Georgia with her second attempt at 35 kilos.
Beautiful clean. Great speed. See what we got here. We have 3 white lights. Great clean. Very good clean. Be interesting to see how we go on the third lift with that jerk. Get a bit more speed under the bar I would like to see. She's got the intention there. Great dip, vertical dip and drive, and she's got to back herself a bit more, I'd say.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see her get under the bar a little bit more. A little bit more depth in the jerk. you know, sometimes you see some split jerks and the knee is almost on the ground.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room to bring the hips down and get under the bar. So I'd love to see that in the third attempt. And you never know. She may, as the load goes up, it normally can be a natural sort of progression where the body just starts to move lower under the bar.
Yeah. Very good second lift.
But yes, no, the press out rule. Most lifts would have to be a miss due to the press out rule in competition. That'd be the majority. Sometimes fairly or unfairly. Depends who you ask and exactly how pressy the lift was. So we have Jess with her second attempt at 38 kilos.
Good height on the clean. Oh. Bring it back together. Nice. Good save. One of the elements I would love to talk about is our set position on the jerk and the relationship of the shoulders and the elbows and where they should be to make a nice solid foundation for a good jerk. And just get your opinion on that.
In relation to shoulders and elbows and that front rack position, yeah, look, keeping a nice tall position, setting up in the jerk can be really important. We'll watch this attempt and we can keep going. So this is Mia Misson with her second attempt at 38 kilos.
Easy clean. Good rack position. Nice, good speed on the jerk. Very, very fast under the bar. Lots of power. The bar's still traveling. But a very good jerk.
That was that was a great display. If we can get a replay of that, that would be magic. But that was a great display in that top position, in that standing position of, I guess, how tall you want to be to keep the back upright, keep the shoulders high, head high, so that you can set up and be nice and stiff in the dip.
Yeah.
Right? Because you want to be very tight. You want to maintain. I know I've missed a few jerks myself on that dip, and you lose the upper back.
Yeah.
You know, the elbows dip a bit, and next thing you know, she's all over.
Here we have Georgia. PB attempt, third attempt. Looking strong with her clean. Great clean. Come on. Let's go. Get under that bar. Big drive. Saving it. Nice. Good work to bring it together. We'll wait the lights. 3 white lights and a very good day to hit a PB. And just going back to that again, like, you know, I think sometimes, at least in the CrossFit scene anyway, we see how athletes sort of brace themselves to get ready for the jerk as they kind of brace on the way down rather than doing it at the top, creating that tension, and that causes a lot of issues, as you said, with your experience as well. And I think it's something I pick up on quite early, and if athletes go through it, I just tell them to stop, don't even try, because it's just it's a habitual thing that's hard to iron out, I guess. And I think it's you're absolutely right in what it does to the body to finish off a good jerk.
Yeah. So this is Suzette with her first attempt at 40 kilos.
Easy clean. And a nice jerk.
Very nice. Great first attempt.
Yeah.
One of the cues that I remember receiving in a seminar once for keeping tension in that standing position before the jerk was to squeeze my bum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Works really well.
Yeah.
And now I do it every time. So, you know, and that's become a habit of my own. So you can definitely have bad habits, and then you can help develop new ones.
Final lift for Jess. Good setup position. Easy clean. Let's go. Good set position for the jerk. Great patience on the jerk. And we have 3 white lights. Very, very good.
Very good.
Well done. Again, just going back to that jerk setup. If I'm if I'm right, I think we see a little bit of bracing on the way down, but I think her patience really, really saves her at the end of the day there. And a good display for her for today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, for Jess, that was a 6 out of 6 competition, which was great. There's nothing else you could ask for in weightlifting.
Best outcome.
All right, so this is Mia with a PB attempt at 41 kilos for her.
Let's go, Mia.
Third clean and jerk.
Great speed, good, big drive.
Had to fight for it.
Oh, hold that, come on, hold it, nice, great work. The speed on the jerk is phenomenal. Had to fight for that clean.
A little bit, yeah. yeah, a few more front squats I think might be in order. Really good clean and jerk, great PB, 6 out of 6 for Mia. A good day on the platform, ultimately. So Mia's total ended up at 75 kilos. Not bad.
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
As you say, can't ask for better than 6 out of 6.
No. Come out, do everything you set out to do.
Yep.
Can't ask for more than that. So we're seeing 46 kilos loaded onto the bar now for Suzette's second attempt.
An easy first attempt. Good setup. Great turnover. And a very nice looking jerk to finish her second attempt. Good clean, good timing, good speed and a good finish.
Yeah, good clean and jerk. Hard to argue with it. Seeing 47 loaded for Dina's first attempt of the clean and jerk. Still a few ladies to open up in the clean and jerk today. Still got another 7 lifters to have their first attempt after Dina.
Yeah, strong.
Great speed.
Strong finish. Strong start to the jerk. I think sometimes we see almost too much where their bar wants to pop back down a little bit. And sometimes they can come back to bite us.
A little bit. Yeah, absolutely.
What would be your coaching cue to fix that?
Look.
50 kilos on the bar. 50 kilos.
I don't know what you asked.
This will bring out Magda for her first attempt at the clean and jerk.
So when you're seeing when you see the bar drive a little bit too hard, I think really it comes back to a timing thing. Horses for courses. You need to put enough power into the bar as to what it needs. And sometimes, and you can see this a bit with lighter weights, if a weight's a little bit too light for the athlete, you can try and drive it to the moon, and it wants to go.
Make that first attempt. Easy clean. Great timing. And a very good finish on the jerk. For first attempt, 50 kgs. 3 white lights. Great lift.
Another good lift. The clean and jerk's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, it's been a great start.
Absolutely.
And, at the Iron Tribe Classic, we've got 8 lifters in this session from Iron Tribe, so bit of an in-house comp almost.
Could have hosted it at Iron Tribe. But they haven't. We're at the Melbourne Convention Centre. It's unreal venue for a competition, really. Nadia with her first clean and jerk.
First lift from Nadia. Would like to see a little bit more patience, but a very good display again of power. Lots of power through her pull, I think. And yeah, probably a little bit more patience in the jerk, I think, would pay off.
Yeah. Looks like a conservative opener.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't argue with it. Making that first lift is critical. And then once it's over, you've got free reign. You've got a total, especially in the clean and jerk. So this is Dina with her second attempt at 50 kilos. Great clean.
Nice. Good speed on the jerk. Very fast and poppy athlete she is. I think great display of power and speed.
I think the clean technique is definitely the highlight.
Yeah.
It's just a great looking clean, very explosive pull, and good speed under the bar. It's really what you want to see in the clean. As I was saying before, it's one of the more brute forcey type movements of the three, and if you can really rip on that bar and get it up, you've got a bit of time to get under it.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you're as fast as Dina, it's no dramas getting underneath it.
Ali first attempt, 52. Easy clean. The timing of the jerk. Lots of room on the clean.
Absolutely.
It's almost an overpull, but it was very good and successful in the end. I really like her setup. Her setup is always good. It's intentional. She's dialed.
And as we've said a few times now, that setup position is just essential.
Yeah.
You know, if you start out of position, it's hard to get back into it.
Absolutely agree. Chloe here. First attempt at 52. Very focused. Easy clean. Great setup for the jerk. And essentially with the clean and jerk, Josh, we have the setup from the floor and then obviously refocus and dial again for the jerk. So it's a lot to think about, isn't it, when you come into not just the competition itself, but also what you need to iron out through the lift.
Absolutely, especially if you've had to send it to make the clean.
Yeah.
You know, you've had to G yourself up, get ready, pull and dive under it, and then you've got to forget all that and recalibrate yourself ready to jerk it.
We have a PB attempt here at 52 for Suzette. Come on, Susan. Big clean. Nice. Good. Easy clean. Let's go. Stay strong. Great jerk to finish. And very good. 3 white lights and a very good clean and jerk. I've got to be honest, it didn't really look that much of a fight for a PB, but it was a really good lift to finish.
Lots more in the tank. I think a few more sessions, building a bit more confidence. There's plenty of strength there. There's plenty of technique there.
Yeah. Absolutely agree. Good finish on that jerk, and you can see what it means to her, which is a great way to finish.
It's so good for these lifters because it's some lifters' first competition, right? So this is a great crowd to get some platform time, to get in front of. It's all been very supportive. Everyone's been cheering.
Good clean.
Farzana with 53 kilos.
Nice. Very sticky on the jerk. Great finish.
Convincing.
Yeah, very convincing. And you can see where the safe attempts come in on the first goes. And I can tell you now, if I didn't have a coach on the platform, it wouldn't look like that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what these third attempts look like as we get towards the end, as the conservatism kind of drops off and everyone gets ready to send it.
Yeah.
Chasing that total, chasing maybe even a first place. Got Dina with her third attempt at 53.
Good clean. Nice, good rack position. Let's go. Big punch. Good patience in the catch. You see, we have 3 white lights. Again, very powerful and fast athlete. Been a great watch so far and a good day.
Yeah, great day. 5 out of 6. No misses on the clean and jerks. No one's missed a clean and jerk yet.
Nah, which is great.
It's been a great showing. Everyone's having a fantastic day on the platform.
And those nerves that come into play, you talk about, the first snatch being the first lift, and obviously the snatch in general. But getting that over, how important do you think that is?
We'll watch Magda.
Easy, clean. Timing of the jerk. We have a very good clean and jerk to finish. So going back to that first attempt on the snatch and how important it is to sort of carry you over for the rest of the lifts.
It can really set you up for success or failure. I think making that first snatch, it might not feel like a big deal when you make it, but if you miss it, it can be shattering to the competition. Nadia's second attempt at 54.
Very ferocious kind of athlete, isn't she? Just grips in, rips in, and throws it around like it's nothing in a good lift.
All that being said, it's all very tidy too, right?
Yeah.
It's quite aggressive, but it's all very clean.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it messy. Definitely grips and rips, but it looks neat at the same time.
Yeah, it's very good lift.
Yep. Definitely some room in the tank, I think.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah. Yep, she can absolutely push a little bit harder. But, missing that first snatch can be... mindset is everything in weightlifting. You need that confidence. You need to know you're going to make every attempt. And if you miss that first one, and that little word of doubt creeps in the mind, and it can rattle you. 55
Easy,
kilos
clean.
for Taylor.
Oh. Good setup, good finish. Good finish on the jerk. I love the wide setup, or the wide finished product, sorry. Good timing of the clean here. Very, very comfortable. As you can see, good finish on the jerk. And from afar, you can see the importance of a wider setup where we're not balancing on a zip line, so to speak, where you can have balance and control overhead, and it was a great finish.
Yeah, you do see that with some athletes, don't you, when they go from the dip and drive into the split. They bring the feet together, and it's almost like they're, like you said, on a single line. This is Angela with her first attempt at 55 kilos.
Easy clean. Great speed on the jerk. Very short and sharp. Good start.
Great start. That was our last opener of the session.
Yeah. Looking forward to the lifts to come. And just touching back on, hitting that first snatch and what it does and the doubt that may creep in. And you touched on it before, and we talk about confidence is probably one of the most important things, I think, before you even, visualize what you're going to do on that bar. And we're pretty big on it in our gym, and I think it's great to see that flourish here today with some of these ladies.
Chloe with her second attempt at 56 kilos.
Easy, clean. Nice. Very good lift. Good relationship with the bar and her clean. You can tell she's still meeting the bar quite high, making sure she's set up to ride out the squat, and very fast on the jerk. Great lift.
Great lift. Very good. The that confidence coming up to the bar, it's great that you guys try to build that with your athletes in the CrossFit box. Because you can absolutely miss an attempt before you touch the bar. You can talk yourself out of a lift well before you lay your hands on it. Farzana with her second attempt, 56 kilos.
Great clean.
Bit of a fight there.
Good finish on the jerk. Nice wide finish. Very good lift. Little bit of a fight through that stand of the clean, but very successful in the end.
Yeah, it did get a little bit sticky, didn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. And I think, you know, again, just touching on that confidence, you can really see it, how an athlete carries himself and how confident they are as well. And, you know, we talk about it, even just on a back squat, for example, where we say we have steps in process and what's the first step, and someone will be hands on the bar, and it's like, well, no, it's actually confidence first, because you have to visualize and you have to believe in your ability to be able to move, you know, whatever it is, whether it's a back squat or a clean and jerk or anything really.
Yeah, you need to know you can make any attempt.
Ali, easy power clean. Nice, good finish on the jerk. Very happy with that attempt as well, as you can see.
57 kilos. Well done, Ellie from Iron Tribe. Loaders, can we please load 58?
Gee, these Iron Tribe athletes really know how to show up.
This will bring out
I reckon they got a good coach in their corner.
I don't think he's listening. Weightlifting's a bit of a funny sport, really, when it comes to the confidence and the nuance of competing, and you know, there's so much more in the back room than even we've touched on with the warm-up and tactics against other athletes and tactics amongst coaches.
We have Magda here with a PB attempt of 58 kilos from Iron Tribe. Come on, Magda, let's go. Strong, big drive, come on. Nice. Good fight. Great. Great push to finish out the jerk. And we have a new PB of 58 kilos.
So some of those tactics that I was talking about, you know, there's a lot of, one of the roles I guess that the backroom coach plays is that they're watching other athletes, right? And it's about moving, sometimes you can be moving your attempts around to try and, I guess, sneak up on or sneak past other athletes and surprise them with where you're at, or shuffle them around in the order. Other things you can do, such as, you know, burning people's clocks and giving them less rest. And
easy clean.
Nadia with her third attempt.
Great. Great expression of power again. Good finish from Nadia. So much more room in the tank, in my opinion, for Nadia, and I think as she starts to build on her experience a little bit, there's going to be a good athlete to watch in future.
Absolutely. I think it's a good... I was a little bit worried about that jerk. It was a little bit pressy, I thought, maybe. Obviously, the judges didn't agree, but I guess that's probably a demonstration of how much is in the tank for Nadia, because when you don't have enough weight on the bar for how strong you are, you know, you can be trying to jerk it as hard as you can, and it gets a bit hard to actually lock it out convincingly.
Yeah.
You're pushing harder than you need to.
Taylor here, 59. Second attempt. Easy clean. And a good jerk. Very good finish on a second attempt. Very happy from her as well. And again, just going back to that setup.
So, Dylan, we're going to watch a replay here. I really like how wide the feet are. You mentioned it before. It's probably one of the widest stances we've seen today.
Yep. And just a very solid base of support through the dip and drive. And a good understanding of having even balance and foot pressure through the jerk. And I think it's a very impressive finish.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Farzana with her third attempt at 59 kilos.
Good fight. A little bit sticky. Let's go. Strong setup. Good dip and drive, but a little bit pressy
might
there.
Be challenged.
1 red. But a successful lift in the end, which is very good for her. Little bit of a press out from our angle, but still
Yeah, it's
good
still
finish.
a good lift.
Yeah.
Judges
Can't
obviously
argue.
felt like it was great. 1 red light. So a little bit of challenge from the judges, but all in all, they agreed. Good lift. Yeah, that wide base of support can really make a difference. I touched on it before. You were talking about it. You know, some athletes can get a little bit narrow in their stance, and it's almost like they're trying to keep their feet on one line.
Yeah.
And, you know, if any of the viewers at home want to try and do that and hold however many kilos overhead. Give it a go, because it's challenging when you do that. That wide base of support is critical.
I think even without any weight overhead, it's still quite hard.
Yeah, I can't walk a tightrope.
60 kilos. Good clean. Beautiful. Oh, very good jerk to finish. Great speed. Good timing in relationship with the bar through the entire lift. And as you mentioned before, some of these finishes on the jerk, you can see how deep their back knee gets to the floor, and you see that they can understand, as we see here, that she really understands of getting herself under the bar with speed as well. A little bit more narrow compared to some of the previous lifts as well with the finish, but still a good understanding.
It does also, I guess it's like we were saying, you know, it's not a one-size-fits-all sport. There is variation amongst lifters, and lifters with widely differing technique can all do very well.
Absolutely.
That being said, there are good practices and typically bad practices.
Chloe here. 60 kgs. Good, easy, clean. Oh, nice, good finish. A little bit more patience on the third and final attempt from Chloe. And it's paid off with 3 white lights with a good lift. Lots of power, easy clean.
Easy clean. Yeah, no, lots of power. It was a great display. And this whole clean and jerk session's been unreal.
Yeah, it's been great.
Really, everyone's been pushing hard. Started conservative and then started pushing hard towards the end, and they're all putting on a pretty good display of what a clean and jerk is.
Yeah, and no missed lifts so far. So PB attempt from Ellie. Let's go, Ellie. Come on. Big drive. Nice, great turnover. Finish strong. Oh, unfortunate miss there for a PB attempt. Good setup, good clean, easy clean. Just couldn't quite finish with the jerk on that one.
The jerk's quite a challenging lift. It might look simple.
Yeah.
You know, I have always, early on, I thought it was a little bit simpler than the snatch, but as I've actually tried to put some weight on it, it turns out it's quite a challenging movement.
Oh, absolutely agree. And I think, you know, especially if you've got to fight a clean for X amount of time, and, you know, the legs are zapped and you got to try and dip and drive that overhead, I think it's it just adds a bit more spice to what you need to do and make that lift.
Yeah. So Taylor with her third and final attempt, clean and jerk, 63 kilos.
Beautiful clean. Good fight. Good setup for the jerk.
A little bit worried
Opinions there, Josh.
About what the judges might think.
Yeah, that elbow, a little bit of a press out, but still a good display of a good clean. I really admire to her jerk setup with the wider base and getting even foot pressure. Unfortunate to not get the finish there.
Yeah, I know something that can give away newer athletes. I'm not sure how long Taylor's been doing the sport, but newer athletes is the facial expression.
Yeah.
When you're worried it's a pressy jerk. I've been guilty of it.
Yeah.
I've got athletes that have been guilty of it. And, you know, you almost tell the judges, all right, that was a miss.
That was missed, yeah.
Yeah. You just can't give away. You need a poker face in that jerk because, they might not have seen it.
Yeah.
They might not agree with you. It's our final attempt of the session. 65 kilos for Angela.
Easy, clean, nice. Nice and strong. Let's go, Angela. Good finish. And a very good, controlled, powerful, good-looking lift.
Yeah, and a PB for the last attempt.
How good.
Absolutely
6 from 6.
Fantastic. Tremendous clean and jerk session. Tremendous snatch session. Thank you for everyone that joined us today to watch session 2 of the Iron Tribe Classic. It was a really good showing from the girls. It was fantastic. Anything you want to close out with, Dylan?
No, just a good display of weightlifting. Amazing atmosphere here, and thanks to Iron Tribe and obviously all the sponsors that have helped contribute to the event. And it's been a pleasure.
Great. Thanks, everyone.